Hey, 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 what a beautiful day. Thank everybody for tuning in again. I want to give a shout out to a company called Opus Clips. You guys have never heard of them. Last week I talked about Spike Studios. Opus Clips is another reel creator, uses AI technology, spits out reels for you guys. Super awesome, super user-friendly software. If you guys want to join in on it, visit opusclips.com. Just a quick little sign up, and there's nothing to it. For today, I have a very special guest. I've been begging him to come on, and he is super nervous today. I told him there was absolutely nothing to be nervous about. It's like two homeboys talking in the kitchen when we're frying up some bacon and eggs in the morning. He has a crazy degree in industrial technology with a focus on supervision and drafting design, 17 years in wholesale distribution and sales. He is part owner of EcoPro with 14 years of solar PV sales and design, 7 years of HVAC wholesale at Solar Supply, and also, weird kicker, because he's been in the background, partner at Geoshield since 2007. 2007 in the background. My next guest on the Dark But Legal podcast, Trey Chatagnier.
Myself.
Trey, 2007 in the background.
That's right. And I'd like to say, man, that's an excellent pronunciation of the name. It is a tricky last name.
Yeah.
Chatagnier is the correct pronunciation, but I say Chatagnier to those who are not super Cajun French, like myself and you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not super Cajun French at all.
But yeah, that's right.
Do you ever?
Good to be here.
Do you ever get like the? Yeah, it's funny. People always talk about Tony Chachere's and stuff. And they had the riffraff thing come out years ago that he was like, I got my Tony Chachere's. Do people ever butcher your name that bad?
Oh, I get all types. Chatagnier is super common, just, phonetically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I immediately spell it upon saying it. You have to.
You got to do like the Facebook thing where it says, how do you pronounce your name?
Recently, I learned what it means. It means a grove of chestnut trees.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'm going to start calling you
Chestnut.
Trey Chestnut. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be your new name.
That'll work.
So, since 2007, you've been in the background, but, when I first started with the company 3 years ago, I would see you comment on social media, post on social media and stuff. How did
That's
that?
Right. I tried to remain active this whole time. So when I started, 5 years in sales in this business. It was only, a couple of us. There was Burns, Bo, myself. We brought on Cubby early on, but yeah, I was sales, and it was a lot about education because, ceramic was new in the industry.
Yeah.
A lot of people weren't using ceramic. There weren't that many companies selling it in 2005.
That's very true.
So it was a lot of education. It was a lot of cold calls. I spent my day making cold calls from the time I got there to the time I left.
Yeah.
And that's a stark contrast from today because we don't do cold calls here anymore.
Yeah, no.
It's like, catching a wave every day.
Yeah.
When we first started, we had one product. It was Iris 70. And Burns did a lot of installation. He's great at it, actually. And we had this one product, and I remember we were happy to sell a roll a day.
Jeez.
$1,800 roll. In one day, we were like, yes, somebody bought a roll, 60 by 100. Today, if we don't have 100 orders, it's a bad day.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
You're freaking out.
Multiple hundreds. That's a normal day for us here.
Yeah, even when I started, it was still like, when I came on, I have a plant background and everything.
That's right.
And, I came on, I saw a Cubby post on Facebook, looking to hire workers for Geoshield at a warehouse. I was working in the plants as an electrician, dead end type job. You're sucked into that atmosphere and stuff. And we had some safety things happen,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Scary stuff?
Scary stuff. I was up in a man lift, pulling some 2-aught cable, and yeah, I'm just gonna pause for a second.
Is that a trash pickup?
No, that's that door. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Caden, you could edit that one out. But yeah, I was up in a man lift. We were pulling 2-aught cable, and we had a spotter on the ground. And the spotter wasn't doing his job. You know, he's supposed to be flagging, watching for traffic, everything like that. And he wasn't. And I was running the line across a waterfall. It's called a waterfall, you know, where the cable tray goes and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was running the wire, and I could tell that the wire was coming back from the ground. And nobody was yelling, nobody was hollering or anything. Turned out, thank God, I turned around. The wire was getting so tight because a cement truck had driven under the waterfall. Spotter didn't see him, didn't stop him or anything, and it caught the back of the cement truck where they would mix water and everything. Caught that, pulled the wire, ducked down. It ripped my hard hat off and everything.
Ripped your hard hat off?
Yep. No incident report or anything.
Was that the day you decided maybe I don't want to be here for the rest of my life?
That was it. That was game over.
I could not do it.
Yeah, so quit that job, and then saw Cubby was hiring, went to his house. I knew Cubby prior.
What year was this?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah, 21, 22.
Prime COVID.
Prime COVID, yeah. And it hit us hard, too, whenever I first started. We had, like, you know, a week where 4 people would be out.
I remember that.
Another week where a couple more of us would be out or whatever. Yeah. And then when I first started, I was so used to industrial type work, I showed up to this warehouse expecting warehouse work. So I'm in jeans, boots, steel toes, everything. I walk in and there's a little guy, you know.
Who was in the back?
So we had a girl named Megan, a guy named Josh, another guy named Reese, and a guy named Trey that worked there. So it was like 4 of us, 4 or 5 of us. Yeah. And then Johan.
Yeah.
And then,
present.
Yeah. And man, it was crazy. Like we would do 1 or 2 orders, and then they had a basketball goal outside. So sometimes we'd go throw the football, play basketball, whatever, you know, wait for FedEx to come pick up or UPS to pick up. And now it's like, you know, like you said, if we're not hearing dings and chimes every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wrong. If we didn't have a dozen or more people filling orders constantly throughout the day, we wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see the growth that we've attained.
Oh, it definitely is. And another thing that's funny about growth is, you know, going from that skeleton crew, the Christmas parties are crazy. We went from having Christmas parties at people's house to have them at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Because it was like 5 of us joining the Christmas party, and now it's like 35 of us at the Christmas party.
Yeah. What is our total employee count now? It's approaching 40.
Including Vegas, it's almost at 40.
Vegas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's great. You know,
yeah.
Come a long way.
Your wife worked for
Jess, yeah. Jessica. You know, she still uses her jessica.geoshield Gmail to this day, and you know, she's an RN about to be a nurse practitioner.
That's awesome.
But she still uses that as her professional email. And I noticed yesterday she is the contact on UPS. I was in there looking at some things, and her cell phone number is the official contact for our UPS account. So I need to take a look at it.
That's crazy. We getting phone calls. Hey, you know, your account's kind of messed up.
Yeah, no, she worked here for about 2 years, I want to say. And, yeah, she enjoyed it.
That's cool. You guys did all the... Like whenever she worked here, y'all went to SEMA, all that type of stuff?
She went to SEMA twice, actually. She
really?
Enjoyed it, yes. Yeah, I've been to SEMA with Cubby a couple of times. SEMA's the greatest show on earth, in my opinion. I mean, it's fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go to SEMA, I highly recommend it. It's impossible to see it all. It's huge. It's huge.
It's massive. When I went last year for my first time, you know, because I was expecting.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it.
How could you not? You're a car guy.
And that's the thing is like you always hear these stories, and SEMA is more of new products hitting the market, you know, from everyone. But it's still cool because the people that bring their cars, they're full builds.
It's a car show.
It's a giant car show.
It's a car show first and foremost for car guys. I mean. I know everyone looks forward to live vicariously through Cubby every year, and I know I still do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
His photo dumps daily. I know a lot of people look forward to that because a lot of people, unfortunately, aren't going to make it out there. You have to be in the industry, and it's difficult to get out there.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, not just SEMA, but speaking about like our industry, trade shows and stuff, since, kind of coming out of the shadows and back into the spotlight with Geoshield, are people going to be able to see more of you at events?
Oh, 100%. I plan to make it to any event that I can.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more involved. Absolutely. I'd love to go to SEMA this year, and I think I'm making plans to do that. I just got back from Vegas. Cubby and I just recently took a trip last week. I went out to visit the warehouse out there and meet the guys, Chris and all the team out there. Fantastic job they do out there.
Yeah.
We went and saw a couple customers. We had a customer that was having some issues with some cyber trucks, and we were able to find a good solution with our Apex 70 that solved their issue. So we were happy to take care of that for them. And we had some meetings, so it was an all-around great trip. We spent about 5-6 days there. And I tell you, we say it's hot in Louisiana, and it is hot.
Yeah.
And it's humid. Yeah. It's like breathing soup out here if you've never been here during the summer. But Vegas, when you step outside, your eyeballs burn.
Oh, 1,000%.
When you open the oven and you get that blast of heat that burns your eyes?
Yeah.
That's Vegas all day.
And I'll mess with him until until we're old. But Cubby left me out there for a month.
He told me.
Yeah.
He showed me the hotel y'all stayed at. And,
oh, dude.
The little, I think you were staying in like a Motel 6
yep.
or something
in the
like
desert.
That. Yeah.
In the desert. Yeah, it was bad.
I bet that was kind of rough.
It was, but I mean, my body just wasn't acclimated. Like if you go there for a week or something,
you need to drink 3 times the water that you drink down here.
Yeah,
You're
but
absorbing it like a frog in Louisiana. Over there, you need to IV that water in.
Oh, I'm saying, dude, like if you go, chapstick is your best friend, and water is your best friend. Mm-hmm. Because when I was there for a week, I told a lot of people, I had a lot of friends asking, oh, how was Vegas? It must be cool and everything. I'll say, like, I'm not a huge Vegas person, only because I don't gamble, I don't drink or anything.
Yeah,
so I'm not a big, that doesn't satisfy my needs or whatever. But if you were going out there for a week, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. There's so much stuff to do.
We actually went to the Sphere, the big smiley face thing that
exactly.
you see. That is an awesome experience. I highly recommend it. It's ceiling to floor. It's the highest resolution screen on Earth. And, the movie starts playing or the show starts playing, and the shock of the bass just almost gives you a heart attack. I mean, the seats are doing this from the bass. And
oh, Lord.
Like oranges will come across the screen, and they spray orange scent.
That sounds like some Disney World shit.
If there's smoke on the screen, they pump in smoke, and they can change the temperature of the room in like 2 seconds. So from warm to cold, and this is a gigantic building.
Wow.
Highly recommend the experience. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
The only thing I've seen about it is scary, because when we were there, they were actually building it. And Cubby and I didn't know what it was.
It's about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah. And the only thing I've seen is videos, and dude, I'll see people post pictures and stuff from their seats, and it is like straight down.
Cubby and I climbed to the top. And apparently Cubby has a little fear of heights, because he was like,
really?
When we were taking the escalators up, he was like, man, I'm getting a little dizzy.
That's a big man to have a fear of heights.
Yeah. But we climbed to the top and, went to the highest seats to look down. And it is dizzying. And it's a very steep angle. Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go back, but I would never go back for as long as I did. That was just too much. Because like I said, my body's so acclimated to having water all the time, humidity just soaking in me. And after a week, dude, I was catching nosebleeds at night. Like, I'd wake up with puddles of blood just on my pillow.
That's terrible.
It was bad.
I know a lot of our team, to get Vegas up and going, sacrificed a lot. I know that Caleb spent a month out there.
Yeah.
Or 2, huh?
Cubby he was about a month and a half, yeah.
He was flying back and forth,
yeah.
getting everything set up. And I learned that we could have bought an F-150 for the price we paid in renting
Yeah.
a car there. But we
Dude,
were
that
there, out there for so
F-150
long.
was probably the shittiest thing ever. Every time you crank it up, you'd have like cam gears just shattering in the front. Like it sounded like it was gonna blow
Cam
up. every
phaser
time. Yeah, it was
problems.
just, it was horrendous. It was a running joke with Cubby and I. Like every time we went somewhere, whether it be Walmart, IKEA, or whatever, just when is it gonna blow up? We're gonna have to text this dude and we blew his truck up. Yeah, but it was crazy. Out there is fun. When Caleb and I were out there, funny story, one of the guys that works at the Las Vegas location, we recruited him from a Burger King drive-thru.
Who's that?
That's Alum.
Oh, I met him. Yeah.
Yeah, Alum over there. Yeah, great guy.
He was working the window.
He was working that. So Caleb and I had finished, setting up everything, and it was super. It was like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Because like all we could do out there is work. There's nothing. You're out in the desert. I mean, you've seen the location at the Speedway out there. There's really nothing unless you drive the 20, 25 minutes onto the strip.
Yeah.
So we were hungry one night, and I said, let's just go get fast food. He hated being there with me because I am real big about, I'm not driving anywhere to go eat fancy. I'm just going to get fast food. It's right there. I'm just going to go get it. So we saw this little Burger King, and we pulled in, and this guy was super 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, super energetic, like, hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to Burger King. What can I get you? Like, super energetic, very polite, everything. And I told Caleb, I said, once I see this guy, I'm going to offer him a job. And Caleb said, really? I said, I'm offering him a job. And so we pulled up to the window, and funny enough, you've met Alum.
Yeah.
Alum is about 5 foot.
Yeah.
5 foot on a step stool.
Yeah.
And so we pull up to the window, and the little thing opens up, and this little short guy standing there. And I said, man, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I love your enthusiasm, and all you do is work a drive-through window. And I said, I want to give you a job.
Your talents are being wasted here, sir.
They are being wasted, and I want to give you a job. And then turns out, like, he takes 1 or 2 buses to work and then an Uber to the location and stuff. Like, that's dedication. That's dedication to get to work.
I know that.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Commend that man for doing all that. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, that location's popping, every day. Every day we see more and more.
Absolutely popping, absolutely critical because, we've always been the type of company to get an order out same day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we made our name in this business. If you call us 4 or 5 p.m., what's our cutoff time here? 4. I mean, even 4:30. If you order here, we're going to get that order out or strive to do so. And with Vegas, it just extends that even further, and allows us to reach our West Coast customers.
Oh yeah.
Cheap and fast. I mean, it's been critical. It's absolutely necessary. So, I know there's been some talks on where to go next. How can we best serve our customers and make their life as easy as possible with our next move? That's
the begging question, is like, you want to make a move, but you don't want to make the wrong move. Because there's a lot of wrong moves that you can make. Vegas was a very good move because the influx of orders we were having, it was hard to keep up with that notion that Geoshield ships same day, gets it super fast and everything. It was hard to do that with the amount of orders we were getting. So opening that location, it kind of funneled everything to make it easier, not only to take workload off of Baton Rouge location, but also to, facilitate getting those orders out faster.
Oh yeah.
I think if we didn't do that, we'd probably be swimming in our own shit right now. So it was a good idea.
If someone really needed something and it was 6 p.m. Central Time, we can get it out. If it's absolutely necessary, we'll ship it from Vegas. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what we do.
That's big of a company to say, Yeah, and that's what we pride ourselves on: customer first. That's it.
Always. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's why you and I have a job.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If not, I wouldn't be able to do podcasts and stuff like this. Wouldn't be able to have fun.
Gig too.
Yeah.
I know you're enjoying this.
I love it just because, I've always been a people person. I've never been scared to talk to anyone. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I could walk into a room and, most people get that fear, like they walk into a room alone or something and they're like, I've never been here. I don't really know what's going on. Not me. I'll walk in and be like, hey, what's up? My name's Chase. How you guys doing?
Public speaking, no fear.
1,000%. Yeah.
That's the most common phobia.
It is. It is.
But you are a natural on camera, and I really started paying attention while I was working those other 2 jobs simultaneously. I started really noticing you with, Uncle Lou.
Yeah,
I know you talked
yeah.
about that and everything, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked that.
Yeah, every time you would stop in, because, when we started getting mini splits and stuff, you'd stop in and give us our mini splits and everything. Mm-hmm. And I never really knew. I knew who you were. I knew of you, but I never knew what type of person you were.
Right.
And every time you'd come in, you'd always make it a thing to come up to me and say, hey, I love what you're doing online. Like, it's great. And dude, that stuff, it doesn't necessarily like make my head big or whatever, but it does give me a boost of confidence. Like, that's crazy. That's great that people outside of this industry are, kind of seeing what I'm doing.
No, 100%. No, I think it's only done good things for us.
Yeah.
I think you've done a great job with the marketing, and I love the podcast. I love the room. I love the design that we put in here. It's super nice.
The room this is crazy.
It's really coming together.
Yeah.
Every day there's something new in this room that shocks me.
Oh, yeah.
The new LED strip around the cut table.
Oh, dude.
Every day. John's got, is that you or
that's
or
both
him
of us.
pushing that?
That's both of us. And that's what's cool about John is like, I haven't met anybody yet that thinks the same way I do, which is like,
Y'all do work well together.
dude, it's ADHD 24/7 in here.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I'll be sitting at my
I do have
desk.
a little ADHD. I should be on medication most probably.
Oh, 100%. Me too. It's bad. But I could be sitting at my desk and I'll just hear a random scream from John. And I'm like, you all right? And he's like, yeah, I just figured out this problem. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He lets out a screech.
A scream, or, we'll slap water bottles off the table or something.
I love his energy.
It's crazy.
What a great asset.
Yeah,
Thank you, John.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. I need to have him on again. I just want to dive into
For round
more.
2. We should have got him in here today.
Yeah, he took he didn't take the day off. He just has.
He doesn't take days off.
No, he never takes it. I don't even think he takes nights off.
No,
I'm pretty sure he
he's
does it
working
while he's
throughout the
sleeping.
night.
Yeah. He's AI in the flesh, is what
He's driven.
he is.
And that's who we want here. Nothing but great personalities at Burger King and driven people.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be our new motto.
Have it your way. What's Burger King's slogan?
At BK, have it your way. You rule. Yep, that'll be our new slogan. You have to bring that up to the people.
I like it. Let's do it.
I mean, speaking of AI, what's your take on that type of shit? Like, do you think it's going to take over the world?
Probably the greatest threat to humanity, but I love it.
Yeah.
How can you not? I know my wife uses it. I know I'm paying them $30 a month to ChatGPT, and I know we used it a little bit at the other companies for writing a legal document.
Yeah.
Instead of going to an attorney or something, you can just have AI spit out your
just write it
whatever
for me.
legal document you need, and then it's going to take a lot of jobs. It's going to take a lot of jobs. It's going to create some jobs. I think it'll take more than it creates, but it's an unstoppable force, and I think whoever harnesses it the best wins.
Yeah.
That's it.
It will, but it for my instance, it's helped a lot. Being able to just do
How
things
are you
easier.
using it?
Well, like I said at the
I know
very
we
beginning.
just got a new little toy in yesterday.
Yeah, so that's called a Rabbit R1, and it's actually
It's like a little cell phone without screens or buttons you just talk to.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an AI, friend. It's supposed to help you and everything, but it's so basic. You have to hack it to be able to get its full functionality. So actually, I'm about to hack it. I'm going to put Android on it to be
Is
able
it
to.
like the Flipper that John has? I see the Flipper.
Two totally
ads on
different
Facebook.
things. Flipper is an amazing product.
Flipper is like opening doors at a hotel
Oh, yeah.
or a garage door, or
Oh, yeah.
maybe stealing your credit card information.
Yeah, you can hack Wi-Fi. You can hack traffic lights. You can do whatever. That's a crazy piece of tech.
That is not what this is. The
No,
Rabbit.
no. The Rabbit came on to
How would
try
you
to
use
be like a AI companion. So it'd be like if you wake up in the morning and you say, "What's my daily routine?" Then it would say, "Oh, well, you have a meeting at 8:00 in the morning, and you have this and that or whatever." But it doesn't work like that.
How is that different from Meta
It's not.
or Siri?
It's not.
Or-
Just the guy who created Rabbit had such good marketing that he had $20 million
Funding.
in like pre-sales.
Oh.
And then the product flopped because he gave all these people like the notion that this product is going to do this, it's going to do that, it's going to help you
It's
with
trying
this.
to compete with ChatGPT and some of the other big
Yeah,
names.
essentially, he
assume.
said it was going to have ChatGPT built in. It was supposed to have GPT-4 built into it, but
What is it running? Something less. It's an
It-
older generation at this point.
yeah, it's running Lamb right now, which
Never heard of it.
It's just a shitty software. It's just a shitty AI, companion. That's it.
Okay.
And it sucks. That's why every video that you watch, whether you can go online and watch Marcus Brownlee's review of it. He's a very good tech review guy and everything, and they all just bash the product because the guy's marketing at the beginning was so good that everybody wanted this product. It's a $200 piece of equipment, a little square thing for $200.
Yeah.
And it does absolutely nothing that it says it's supposed to do.
Is that right?
Yeah, unless you hack it. You got to hack it, do whatever to be able to even get part of the functionality out of this thing.
Well, I'm sure between you and John, you'll find a good use for it.
Oh, I'm going to figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm going to start opening your truck doors, remote starting your
I
truck.
don't lock my
everything.
truck, so that's not a problem. I'm very not very security-minded person.
I have
Keys
to
in the
lock,
ignition.
I have to lock
Take
my
it.
vehicle, because I come from I was a traveling diesel mechanic from 2018 to 2015 to 2018, 2016, 2018, something like that.
I don't know that. I know that about you.
Yeah.
A diesel mechanic?
Yeah, and I loved it. I was damn good. I loved it. Well, we worked on heavy equipment. So
Okay.
like cranes, scissor lifts, track hose, backhoes,
A lot of hydraulic.
all kind of
Clamp
hydraulic
pressing.
stuff. Yep. Made our own hydraulic hoses and stuff, everything. And I had a Dodge 3500 work truck. And remember one time I went to Texas. We was in a place called Channelview,
Yeah.
Texas. And we had a job in Jacinto Port. And we got to the Holiday Inn, and I parked my truck. I always locked my boxes and everything.
Got to.
And I did most of the PMs on all the equipment. So in the back of my truck was built different. Not only did I have my lock boxes on the side, but I also had 3 tanks that were custom welded in the bed of my truck that held my waste oil, 1540 oil, and then hydraulic fluid. And so I pulled into the hotel, locked all my boxes, made sure all my caps were still on and everything, because my helper at the time liked to not lock all my caps on my equipment. And go into the hotel, check in, went down to the little bar that they had, and a guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know this is a bad area." And I said, "Really?"
Heads up.
And he was like, "Yeah, a lot of trucks get broke into." Turned out this guy was a cross-country truck driver and stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't even like stopping here, but my log said I had to." And I was like, "Dang, okay, well, appreciate the heads up." Come out the next morning, all my shit was gone.
Oh my God.
Everything. They had one socket on the driver's side of my truck. So I had to go
Probably talking about
Oh, dude.
50,000, 100,000 of tools.
Oh, at least, because we went to Napa. I called my boss, and he was like, shit happens. I tried to get the footage from the hotel, and lo and behold, my truck wasn't in view, whatever. And so I said, "What should I do?" And he's like, "Well, you got to go to Napa or something and buy some tools." I spent $25,000 on tools. Almost cleared this whole Napa out, and it still was barely a dent in the tools that I had before.
Wasn't Snap-on either. You probably lost some Snap-on stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Replaced it with Napa.
Oh yeah, I had Mac tools, Snap-on tools. I had all kind of specialty tools. I had tools that people would make me.
Your grandfather's tools,
yeah,
perhaps
just-
irreplaceable stuff. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, and it happens every day, dude. That's why now anywhere I go,
You're just trained.
I'm triple locking my
My
shit.
wife is always on me. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Getting better.
I mean, I really don't have anything in my truck. Always my handgun goes with me everywhere, so I keep it on me at all times. But if you break into my truck, you're gonna steal a suit and maybe some receipts. That's about it. That's all I got in my truck.
Learned your lesson.
I have learned my lesson. I got burned way too many times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as, traveling and all that stuff, it was cool, but traveling for this company has been the best. As much as I miss doing diesel mechanic work and working on all that heavy equipment, being able to go out and talk to people,
This is fun.
that's my fun.
Yeah.
Most people would say it's a job, like it's a chore, like, oh, I got to go to this event. I'm gonna have to talk to.
It's a
I'm
vacation.
gonna have to talk to
going
10
to
different
Vegas,
people.
going to Orlando.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I know you like to. Well, you often drive. I don't know if you like driving to
I
Orlando.
love
or some of
driving.
these things.
I love driving. I hate flying. I'll put that out there to anybody. I do not fly. Chase does not do airplanes.
I don't like to fly, but man, when you can do it in 2 hours rather than 12, it's just.
Oh, I know.
You got to do it.
I know it's so easy, but man, I don't like flying. Like we're driving to Window Film Revolution. It's going to be me, Blake, Dylan, and John, and we're going to take the Suburban up there.
We're probably
and
taking
drive.
a lot of material though too. Somebody's got to,
No, we're just
bring it
going.
up.
We're just going up there.
Okay.
Just hang out. Just do some networking and
That's
everything.
right. He said he's taking the Suburban.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go do some networking. I'm probably gonna I had a thought. I want to call up there and find like a good nice steakhouse or something and do like a little meet and greet with some people that
That's
you
in
know.
Orlando this year, right?
So the one we're going to at the end of this month, August, is called Window Film Revolution. It's in Chattanooga.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
Love
in
Tennessee.
September in Orlando is the International Window Film Association conference. thing.
Chattanooga's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be staying in Georgia. It's somewhere in Georgia, but it's only like 15 minutes from Chattanooga. So Dylan got us a whole Airbnb. And
Tell me a little more about Window Film Revolution. That show did not exist when I was, Geoshield hot and heavy back in the day.
yeah, so I haven't. The only shows that I've been to is the International Window Film Conference, and that was in San Antonio when I first started. I think I was like it was right after Vanessa had started with us, and Burns had asked us if we wanted to go to San Antonio, and I said, yeah, dude, like, of course I want to go to San Antonio. So we went and did that, but as far as Window Film Revolution, I haven't been to that. I haven't really looked into it because most of the time when it comes to events and stuff, I'm more at the liberty of waiting to see what Burns or Cubby want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of been the staple of what I do. But now they've kind of...
Is it like tenor battles, or is it showing products like a trade show?
It's a mixture. So mostly the industry shows, they're kind of a mixture of both. Mm-hmm. So they'll have competitions and stuff. I know that Cash and them and Rick and them, they all have posts on Facebook where they talk about, the teams and, single autos and single flat glass and all that. So they're going to have competitions and stuff, but it's also a trade show and everything. But like I said, we're just going to this one, just for networking and stuff, just to try to
network.
Yeah, just try to meet new people
That's
and
what it's
everything.
all about, really.
And that's why I said, Cubby and Burns are kind of letting the leash off by letting us go. We get to pick and choose what we want to go to now. And that's pretty cool. It's to be able to say, this is the event we want to go to. These are the people that are going. And it feels like a freedom thing.
And have the freedom to do it. So, yeah, we're doing Window Film Revolution. I know John's going to that one?
John's coming with us to Window Film Revolution. I don't think we're doing anything else this year just because we're planning some internal trainings and everything for next year. So I think this year is kind of more of a laid back end of the year for us, just focused on...
It's a regroup and hit 2025 hard with some big events from what I understand.
Oh, some big events, some major events.
That's good.
Putting out some stuff for some people, Try to get them trained more. That's a question that, even I get because I got to watch all the social media and stuff daily. And, we get questions all the time. You guys doing a PPF training? Are you guys doing a window film training? Are you guys doing a flat glass training or whatever? So, we get to see all that. And it's good that we're getting that feedback because we know that if we do something like that, it'll have a good turnout. It won't just be a flop.
Oh, 100%. That's the natural progression of a tenor. They typically get into auto. And then, they want to start exploring flat glass.
Yeah.
And, the goal is to tent skyscrapers. That's the goal. And but wrapping and PPF has just grown so much since I've been a part of this, years ago. It's very encouraging to see, our customers branch out into that and our new offerings that we have. We've got a nice selection, but I hear it's going to be growing soon.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the industry, well, everybody in the industry is technically entrepreneurs. You start your own tent business or whatever. or you get into a business that already does tent, it just depends. But coming from your background, with working for different businesses, working in service, wholesale, and all that stuff, what would be one big piece of advice that you could give like a solo person, like a business piece of advice?
I would say the most important thing as an entrepreneur that you can do is never give up, because in Geoshield's history, in EcoPro's history, in Solar Supply's history, these businesses that I'm part of or worked for, there have been dark times where you do not see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And so many businesses fail within the first 5 years. And you just have to persevere. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to never give up, because, like I said, dark times lie ahead, but you just have to persevere through that and never give up. And that's who wins, Yeah. I mean, Geoshield, we're 20 years old, and it really didn't take off for 12 to 15 years, It took a long time.
Yeah.
The same thing with EcoPro, the same thing with Solar Supply. Solar Supply is an HVAC company, started in 1950-something. Didn't make money for the first 10, 15 years.
Jeez.
No money. And they opened branches throughout Louisiana, throughout the Gulf South, and they had to close branches. Opened in New Orleans, closed it. The bank called in the loan.
That's got to suck.
Absolute catastrophe.
Yeah.
At one point, the Freon supplier, this refrigerant supplier, decided, we're not going to sell you this. I mean, that's a death blow to a HVAC distribution company.
Oh, yeah.
Persevered.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Find a way. That's the key to success, is you don't give up. Claw your way out of it.
Damn. That makes me want to claw my way out of anything. That's the questions I love asking. I love getting different sides and opinions of business from different people. That's my main goal, because not only does it help them out there, but also I like learning new stuff. I'm like a sponge. I want to soak it all up.
I would say my second piece of advice is try to hire people that are smarter than you. And be quick to hire and quick to fire.
Yeah.
Reward your stars and cut out the cancer.
Yeah.
Toxicity
is a killer, man.
Absolutely.
That's with anything in life too. Relationships, work, whatever. Toxicity is such a killer. And there's it's easy to find toxicity. It's hard to get it away. It's easy to find it.
This is true. This is true.
The hardest thing is figuring out how to get rid of it once you have found it.
Drop the hammer. Drop the axe.
Yeah.
Bite the bullet.
So a lot of people, business owners, CEOs, I'm talking like major corporation stuff, they don't care when they drop the hammer. But for like small business and everything, it's more of an emotional attachment.
Well, for small business, you're close with everyone.
Yeah.
You have a personal relationship with everyone. You think Elon Musk gives a damn when he fires somebody?
Hell no.
That
dude is saying,
decision.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no thought. If the numbers don't line up, you're gone.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no emotion. You cannot have emotion.
Yeah.
If you want to be a successful CEO or business owner, emotion should not calculate into the recipe.
So you think small business owners at a certain point, the emotion should just be bland?
I think you should do your best to remove emotion and feelings from your consideration.
Yeah. Which can be hard, because you work for somebody for so long, like say I'm talking years, and you start to learn that person. I mean, you're going to family barbecues with this person.
Well, you become
and everything.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. They become your family. Like I consider Cubby, Burns, it's like family to me, and I'm already getting close with people here. It would be hard to let anyone go. I think of us as a big family here, big family company. yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to make those decisions. That's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
As an owner.
To take emotion out of the business aspect, you know?
Is to take that paycheck from a family.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy how, like, big CEOs and stuff, like, they do that on a daily basis, but that's the biggest thing. You're taking money away from a family.
Yeah.
You're not just taking it away from a person. You know, that's their whole family.
Yep. You know, my partners at other businesses, you know, Bo, for example, I know he would lose sleep for days.
Yeah.
Leading up to having to fire someone. He would not eat. He would not sleep. You know, it's hard. It's hard to, you know what you're doing to somebody, you know. You're throwing them under the bus, you know what I mean?
Have you, you know, with taking emotion out, everybody's different. We've all, I don't know if everybody's done it, but we took that personality test.
Yeah.
You know,
The Myers-Briggs.
Myers-Briggs.
Yeah.
I think everybody should do that.
Yeah.
Every person should figure out what they are.
It is super important to put the right people in the right seat on the bus.
Yeah.
You know, if you have someone who is an INTJ, which is a specific type profile, which is an intellectual, judgmental, you know, kind of, you know, you don't want that person doing sales.
Yeah.
They're going to be short. They're going to be, you know, you want on the other spectrum. You know, so if you just try to force this type of person to answer phone calls, it's probably not going to be the best result.
Yeah, you're not
Right?
going to get out of the phone call what you actually want out of the phone call.
You know, you want somebody like Dylan
Yeah.
answering the phone call. Super nice, treats you like family from day one.
Talk about barbecue.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, it's important to, you know, I would recommend anybody starting a company to take a look at Myers-Briggs. Some people say it's quackery. I do not believe that. I know this EOS program that we run now highly recommends it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's cool because, like, I figured out, you know, I'm what they consider a debater, and everything on them was so to the T of my personality type.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is. You know, and when you're taking the test on that, just be honest. You're not doing anybody any favors if you're not completely honest on that test, you know. And it's just a couple questions, you know, 50 questions or whatnot. I forget how long it is, but honesty is the key.
Just get in there, answer it, and do it. What I'm trying to figure out is how you have such luscious, flowing hair, dude. Every time I see you walk in, your hair is like a river.
I appreciate that, man. Dang.
Me, I mean,
it's starting to fall out, though, I think, a little bit, you know, because I constantly run my hands through it because it's so luscious.
It's like a Suave commercial.
My wedding ring pulls one out every time, so that's why I don't wear my wedding ring. Yeah. But it is turning white, but I'll take it. I don't care if it's white as long as it's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate the hair comment.
When Cubby was on, he talked about, you know, he was apologizing to the audience that he didn't dye his beard and everything. I tell my fiance all the time, once I start getting a little salt and pepper, that's it. That's game. I'm letting it rock.
You letting it rock?
Pepper. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
I dyed mine about 2 months ago. I dyed it black, but it doesn't stay in very long. I dyed the hair too. You know, when I came back over here, I wanted to look a little younger, you know, and I dyed it. But you know, ultimately, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah, just don't care about them, you know. Well, Trey, thank you for coming on, dude, sharing your wisdom. You know, hopefully everybody that listens to this gain a little bit of knowledge from you. I want them to ask questions too, you know. Hopefully they flood social media with some questions and everything.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I'm sure they will. You know, being in the shadows, I mean, 2007 and everything, that's crazy, dude.
It's been a long run, and it's exciting to be back because every day when I come to work here, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is like a beehive.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing what we do here every day, and I just look forward to taking it to the next level with everyone and you. So, yeah, thank you for having me on today, man. I love what you got going on here, and I'm sure we'll do it again soon.
Oh, yes, sir. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that's it for Dark But Legal for this week. We'll catch you guys on the next one.